So I'm going to say congratulations on your movie. I absolutely loved it. I'm
Thanks.
sure you're hearing this from everyone.
It's nice to hear.
When did you realize it all came together and wow, we did what we set out to try to do?
Probably at Cannes, the film festival over there. Up till then, you know, I was proud of the film, but you don't know whether it's really speaking to people or not. And that was a little nerve-wracking. You walk in there and they're like, well, they just booed Gus Van Sant's film yesterday, so go on, have fun. That was kind of nerve-wracking. But of course, you know, as it ended up, we got a nice, like a 10-minute standing ovation. It was pretty fantastic.
How long did you have a much longer cut of this? With this, because I know the way Pixar works, you rework story all the time. Was there a longer version of this, like an extended version, if you will, that you pulled back? Or, you know, with deleted scenes, or?
No, well, there were many other versions of it. They weren't longer, but they were different in very substantive ways. You know, we had joy paired with fear for quite a while. That was maybe a year and a half of going in that direction. We had Riley growing up and living in San Francisco. We had versions where she was trying to be part of a school play, a Thanksgiving Day pageant, all sorts of different attempts to sort of capture what we were after, which is growing up and the difficulty of becoming an adult.
I don't want to get into spoiler territory at all, but I will say that I absolutely loved your ending credits.
Oh, thanks.
Just loved.
Cool.
Especially the last one, which I'm not going to say at all.
Okay.
When did that all come about? Was that who came up with these ideas to do that stuff, and especially that last one?
That was me and Cooley mainly, Josh Cooley, who is our one of the writers, and we just gave him the assignment of like, okay, now, well, and you're right, I shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't want to get into specifics.
But we just gave him the assignment of doing what you will see and coming up with jokes, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I will definitely agree with that.
Cool.
What can people look forward to for the eventual Blu-ray? Because I heard it does come out on home video.
Yeah, it will come out, and there'll be a lot of added stuff, some of which we're not talking about yet because we want to surprise people when it does come out. But the film, of course, and as usual, we look at these Blu-rays as a chance, almost like a yearbook for us. Before it all evaporates and gets put into the archives, we can kind of represent the struggle of the storytelling and working with the actors and all the kind of off-screen stuff that we do a lot of extras, and you know, you'll see all that on there, as well as some other surprises.
Okay. One of the things I like about Pixar movies are Easter eggs.
Uh-huh.
And I know you guys often will hide characters from future movies in the movie.
Yep.
How far ahead have you hidden in Inside Out?
Well, we have Dinosaur, Good Dinosaur. It comes out this fall. There's a character there. Well, the one after that, of course, has been announced. It's Finding Dory. I don't think we have any character from Dory in there. We do have some other characters from past films, like
I would
there's
expect.
a couple from Ratatouille, and what else do we have? The Pizza Planet truck, A113, all the sort of things you've come to expect from Pixar films. And For the Birds, there's a little tribute to that one, the short film.
Are these Easter eggs like easily noticeable, or are they really hidden away where you need like the Blu-ray to hit pause?
Some of them are very noticeable, but other ones are super camouflaged. Like I challenge you actually to find, the Pizza Planet truck is in there 3 times. And even if you pause on the frame sometimes, I challenge you to find it. It's pretty well hidden.
So basically it's going to be, okay, so it's going to be a home video kind of test.
Yeah, probably.
I've been playing a game on the site with people called Save or Kill, and I want to play it with you.
Okay.
One of these things you can save. One of these is erased from existence forever.
And no one else even knows that it ever existed? Or?
Sure.
Okay.
But it's basically like, you know, what do you like more?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'd like you to say the one that you would like to save.
Okay.
Okay. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh man, I'm gonna somebody's gonna get mad at me no matter how I go. I'm gonna go save Star Wars.
Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad?
Save Breaking Bad.
The Wire or Mad Men?
Mad Men.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
I don't know that I would save either of them.
A lot of people say that.
Okay.
Zelda or Mario?
I'd save Mario.
Han Solo or Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones.
Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Beatles.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Ooh. Lord of the Rings.
It's interesting to see which ones you pause on.
Yeah, I know.
Iron Man or Captain America?
Iron Man.
Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey?
I haven't read either of those.
You probably shouldn't.
Okay.
This one's pretty tough as a film fan. Scorsese or Spielberg?
Ooh. I'd have to go Spielberg. Save Spielberg.
DC or Marvel? And don't go company line on this one. Say it from your heart.
You know, to be frank, I was not a huge comic book guy growing up. I think, which is Superman is DC, right?
Yes.
I'd probably go DC then.
Okay. Back to the Future or Ghostbusters?
Back to the Future.
The Sopranos or Walking Dead?
It's really hard.
Yeah, these are not easy questions.
Okay. Sopranos or Walking Dead. Well, let's go Walking Dead.
Andre the Giant or Rowdy Roddy Piper?
Andre the Giant. Easy.
Yeah. Now jumping back into Pixar.
Okay.
How you've been with Pixar for a while? How has it changed working there, or is it still the same from when you first started?
It's definitely different, but I think and to specify how when I started, there were like 10 people in the animation group. Toy Story grew to about 120, so it's still fairly small. You could name everybody and know everybody and their quirks and habits. Now it's 1,200 people. So, I mean, I've embarrassed myself by saying, "Hey, are you visiting?" I'm like, "No, I've worked here for 6 years." Like, okay, but the general work method is the same. It's everybody knows it's going to suck to start out, and we're going to slowly slog away at making it better. We're all there to support everybody else. The general process that we developed on Toy Story is still being used today.
Speaking of Toy Story, you guys have announced a Toy Story 4.
Mm-hmm.
Was it one of these things, like I've loved the shorts, I've loved the movies,
Cool.
I'm personally on board, I believe in you guys, and if you say you have a story, then obviously there's a story. Were you guys nervous to open that door again in terms of a feature, or was it because someone came up with the idea, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's a really good idea, we can do this?
Yeah, both. We were super nervous, and the idea came forward, and John is super excited about it, and he pulled all of us aside and said, now, we have to be really careful here, because people really love the first three. It wrapped so well, it feels like it's complete, it's done. So if we mess this up, we're all going to be in trouble, But it's moving forward, and everybody's really jazzed about it, so it's exciting.
I would imagine you're involved in the brain trust of watching future Pixar movies.
Yes.
Good Dinosaur comes out later this year. I would imagine you've seen it.
I have.
Right. Would you like to tease people anything about your reaction to it?
It's fantastic. To me, it feels, again, the cool thing about movies like this is that it's not comparable to anything we've done, right? It's a totally different direction, both in its look and its tone and feel. It's super, it feels to me like I went on I love walking and hiking out in the woods, and it feels like it captures that feeling of being out in nature. It's really, really cool.
I know you've announced other movies that are coming out at Pixar. Have you watched rough cuts? Have you been happy with the way things are going? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've definitely watched, pretty much everything that's been going on. And as with every other film, there's things that work and things that don't. So.
Is there a movie is there a movie at Pixar that you would ever say, I love everyone here, I love you guys, but I'm so excited for this movie, I don't want to see it until it's done? Or is it part of the deal when you're working at Pixar that you have to be involved?
A lot of people do that. Even on the film, like Inside Out, that they're working on, they're like, I'm just going to do my work, I don't want to see it until it's all done. I can't, and frankly, to me, part of the fun is making it. I like making the thing, so, and being involved and seeing the sort of behind the curtain kind of stuff, so I have never come across one where I'm like, I don't want to see it, so.
I will leave it there and say I absolutely loved your movie.
Thank you.
I know it's going to be a huge hit.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.